If you haven't seen The Rock, I have to ask, what the are you even doing? Do you not like pure, unadulterated, action-packed excellence? Are you allergic to Sean Connery being effortlessly suave, or Nicolas Cage delivering the most wonderfully bizarre one-liners imaginable?
It's you. You're the Rocket Man.
Could anything be more entertaining than moments like this?
So good.
This is a movie that forces you to ask the important questions. Is VX gas actually real? Has anyone ever escaped Alcatraz? And most importantly, is that really Sean Connery's hair? Spoiler, it's not. It's a piece.
I'm sorry. They got us.
Buckle up, because this is why The Rock is perfect. A rogue General Hummel and an elite team of loyal soldiers get together and tactfully break in and steal some really nasty chemical weapons. Don't worry, they're non-lethal takedowns, except for this poor bastard, Ensign Ricky over here.
Got killed by a lava monster before the first commercial.
Clearly, these chemicals are no joke. Hummel and his boys are gonna steal onto Alcatraz with a tour group and in turn, threaten the US government to honor the lives of fallen soldiers with money. Respectable mission. I don't know. Sit-ins are pretty chill. How about an Occupy Alcatraz protest? No good? Who could possibly combat this intelligent, armed, top-notch team of trained killers?
Well, I'm Stanley Goodspeed.
He's a chemical weapons freak with a newly pregnant girlfriend-fiance. What does he really have to offer the situation? He knows what VX gas is.
It's very, very horrible, sir. It's one of those things we wish we could disinvent.
He's somewhere between Jeremy Renner in The Hurt Locker and Uma Thurman in Batman and Robin. He could do it all, but not alone. He's got John Mason, or
Bond. James Bond.
the only man who's ever escaped Alcatraz, but he's grizzled, angry, and hates James Womack.
Womack. Why am I not surprised, you piece of shit?
They team up with some Navy SEALs to do a shotgun rescue mission of San Francisco. And somehow there's a massive car chase in the middle where everything gets destroyed, people probably die, and there's the most civilian casualties in the entire movie.
You wrecked half the city.
And this poor guy loses his livelihood.
Damn! This stuff!
It's quintessential Michael Bay doing Michael Bay things.
Hey, man. You just up your Ferrari.
Nicolas Cage, baby, doing his Cage thing, nakedly playing guitar with a glass of wine, throwing out classic lines like,
How, in the name of Zeus's butthole, did you get out of your cell?
and
What do you say we cut the chit-chat a-hole?
he really is just a factory of memes.
Please do not close the factory.
He does a really good job providing the lighter element to the movie. He's a man in crisis from the second the movie starts, and watching that is always great.
Just some terrorists decided to send a little care package. Box of goodies, which had to be neutralized before blowing up the office.
In his arsenal, this role falls into a sweet spot of sincerity and nervous breakdown.
Glass or plastic?
What?
Glass or plastic? Glass or plastic?
Sean Connery is a presence. He's a charismatic enigma.
Can't cut anyone's balls off with a trimmer now, can I?
Without them saying it directly, he's pretty much playing James Bond if he were captured by the American government and then released when they needed him. When it all boils down, it's a mentorship you watch between Connery and Cage, and they both portray their parts beautifully. Cage credited Connery with creating the lighthearted Laurel and Hardy-esque conversation dance they do throughout the film.
Why don't you go ahead and have his handcuffs taken off, please?
Ed Harris is criminally underrated. He always brings authenticity to the table and is a standout in every movie he shows up in. I'm looking right at you, Glengarry Glen Ross. His take on Hummel creates the sympathetic antagonist. I get why Hummel is doing it.
We know why you're out here. God knows I agree with you.
Everyone in the conflict sees the problem. In the commentary, he told a story of the scene where Ensign Ricky dies. He said he did a line when it cut to him where he said, "At least we know it works." They took it out. The silent stare was better. Michael Biehn is also a great addition.
I will not give that order!
He leads the SEAL team like a champ, but according to Bay, in the scene where he's yelling at all the SEALs, Mason, and Goodspeed, he was freezing up. It's important to note the SEALs in that scene are actually Navy SEALs. When Bay took him aside and asked him what was wrong, he said he was having difficulty yelling at real-life Navy SEALs and Sean Connery, one of his idols. I feel that. He kills it in the end. William Forsythe.
Well, you got a little lead left in your pencil.
Here's my story. My family is exhibited at a lot of conventions, and at one in Rhode Island, we were hanging around around, and my dad and I saw this large guy in a Hawaiian t-shirt, flip-flops, cup of coffee, and had a real four-leaf Tayback vibe.
Sergeant Four-Leaf Tayback. I wrote the book.
Same exact hair. It was Forsyth, just chilling. Respect. John Spencer kills it in this movie. His combative relationship with Mason is pretty much how the story begins and ends, with his hatred of him being the core.
Where's Mason? Where's his body? I want to see that son.
Supposedly, his role in this led to him being sought after for the West Wing. There's a bunch of others too that sprinkle in good vibes. David Morse, Tony Todd, Claire Forlani, Philip Baker Hall, John C. McGinley.
I'd like you to take this cup, put it on the ground, close your eyes, and just go nuts.
Little Dr. Cox action never hurt anybody. There's a lot that happens in this movie. So many things raise logical questions. If you worked in a chemical weapons bunker that deals in mysterious packages, would you be that legend who picks up an item and starts to play with it?
Look at Stan. Hi there, Stanley.
Causing a terrorist incident and then have the balls to start whining?
Yes, it's eating my shit. It's eating my suit.
My man is definitely in the wrong job. It does lead to one of the greatest single lines in any movie ever. Who invited this guy? Mason calls room service and orders everything. FBI agents are so blinded by food, they'll forgo any and all reasoning.
Hey, somebody ordered. Can't let it go to waste.
It always bothered me that in the cut of him tying Womack to the chair, the shot he's doing it is just him wrapping it in circles. When they cut back, it's supposedly a knot. Sure, Mason gets away, steals a car, bashes through tons of cars, but why? To meet up with his daughter and tell her he wants to be in her life. When did he reach her? Did he call her in the same manner he called the owner of the Humvee?
I'm only borrowing your Humvee.
Because I don't think she'd run out to meet someone who sounded like he was in the process of destroying an entire city block.
Jade, I'm not an evil man. If you can believe that, then it's a start.
When Mason is diving through the boiler system that looks straight out of that scene in Galaxy Quest, this episode was badly written! The timing Mason would have had down would have been in the reverse direction, because he was breaking out. So now he's breaking in.
Forget about it, cuz.
And supposedly both directions are the same?
Forget about it, cuz.
Not to mention the question of why is the boiler running on an abandoned prison island?
Forget about it, cuz.
It always jarred me how quickly the FBI dude snapped back after Goodspeed tells him his fiancée is pregnant.
You keep your mind on what you're gonna be doing out there tonight.
Seems aggressive. He's just opening up to you, man. You don't have to be mean about it. At a certain point in the movie, mainly when there's trouble in the execution of the mission, the other soldiers start coming off more as psychopaths instead of loyal defenders of their fallen service members.
Me and my boys are ready, cock locked and ready to rock.
This guy,
Let's waste these.
Hey, it's business. We're not gutless. We're incompetent. That right? Whoever said anything about bluffing, General?
the look in his eyes is less than calm and collected. My family loves to quote this moment.
The day we took hostages, we became mercenaries. And mercenaries get paid. I want my f***ing money!
They came a far way from non-violently collecting the gas to enjoying killing everyone they came in contact with, and egging on with weird taunts.
English prick. I tell you, my old man was Irish.
Did we just become best friends? This dude who is alone on a roof with a sniper is smiling and talking to himself about killing someone.
Oh, I'm gonna get you now, baby.
Hummel's crew is cracking. I love the computer chip bait. The trained military guy is going to see the exact thing he's chasing get thrown in front of him, and he's going to lean down to pick it up. That is some Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote type stuff right there. I don't know. I think it always comes down to what are we watching movies for?
I take pleasure in gutting you, boy.
My personal answer is escapism.
I'll take pleasure in gutting you, boy.
I want to laugh, feel for characters, possibly learn something new, and just be amused.
We're stuck on an island with a bunch of violence for pleasure-seeking psychopathic Marines. Shame on them!
The Rock checks all the boxes. The cast is incredible, the script is compelling, the levity is well paced, and the climax is epic. It's up there in my list of best action movies of all time. And if you haven't seen it, I'd give it a try.
Well, gosh, kind of a lot's happened since then.
And that's why The Rock is perfect. Would you consider this a Bond film? Where's it rank in the Cage collection? What happened to Claire Forlani's character? Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.